Canadian PM Justin Trudeau, while addressing his parliament, alleged that Indian government agents were involved in the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
Nijjar, chief of Khalistan Tiger Force, was gunned down by unknown assailants in Canada in June this year. Canada also expelled a senior Indian diplomat. The Indian government has categorically denied the allegations and called upon Canada to look inward and stop the Khalistani elements from operating in anti-India interest from their soil. Canadian government seems to be scrapping at the bottom of the barrel by trying to pander to the Khalistani vote bank. Having said it, it appears rather strange to see this kind of response by Canada just a week after India asked Canada, without mincing words, to not give shelter to Khalistani elements on their soil. Hello and welcome, I am Shreya and you're watching the Pamphlet. India-Canada diplomatic relations seem to have hit a snag after Justin Trudeau informed the parliament that a senior Indian diplomat was dismissed amid investigation in murder of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar in June this year. He alleged Indian government agents were involved in the killing. This despite the fact that the Indian government has categorically denied involvement in the killing. Political analysts believe this could be a last-ditch attempt by Trudeau to try and fix his dwindling popularity by trying to consolidate the votes of anti-India elements, which form a significant population in Canada. Canadian media reported that Trudeau, while in India to attend the G20 summit last week, raised the killing of Nijjar before UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, French President Macron and US President Joe Biden. But it seems the other world leaders understand the risk of pandering to extremist elements, even if they are conspiring against another country. Because once you start nurturing terror elements against someone else, time is not far before they will come back to bite you. After Canada expelled an Indian diplomat, India too summoned their High Commissioner and a senior diplomat from Canada was expelled. Earlier too, India has given a strong message whenever Hindu temples were desecrated by Khalistani elements in Canada over the past few years. The so-called separatist Khalistani movement, which has found deep roots in Canada, UK and Australia, has been supported vehemently by Pakistan's ISI. Ironically, the Canadian envoy has been summoned more times than Pakistani diplomats this year. Classic example of turning into the monster you would rather have destroyed. Some also believe that Trudeau made this move to arrest his dwindling popularity back home after he was snubbed during the G20 meeting. The otherwise not so great press coverage, lack of acknowledgement and also drawing ire back home for his son's luxurious Asia trip on state expense as he accompanied his father to various summits, all meant he had to do something to divert attention from criticism. And what better way to take on India, the country that has managed to successfully give sleepless nights to China. Speaking of China, Canada would very much like to divert the business to China instead of India. With Chinese economy opening up earlier this year with the COVID-19 pandemic behind, the commodities produced in abundance in Canada will have huge demand in the Chinese market. This could potentially help Canada fight its economic crisis back home. A rebounding Chinese economy will fuel demands for Canada's exports, including oil, natural gas, grains, cereals and other goods. This will give a huge boost to Canadian economy, which is reeling under pressure of inflation. This move by Trudeau, if it leads to a trade standoff between India and Canada, would serve Trudeau an opportunity to serve its economy to China on a platter and also play victim. Whether or not this move will help Trudeau get re-elected, only time will tell. But history has witnessed that anyone who stands with terrorists are destined to doom. Case in point, Pakistan. Let us know in comments below what are your views on Canada harboring and sheltering Khalistanis.